Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Falcon Gaming. What do we have here? Sorry, that's just me adjusting my chair. What we have here looks like a Nelson, but it's not a Nelson. It is the Tier 9 Japanese tree battleship, the Izumo. Now, for a long time, this was considered one of the single worst battleships that was in World of Warships. Nobody wanted to play this. Everybody saved their free XP, got to it. Free XP passed, went straight to the Yamato. But it recently, as in the far as I could establish, beginning of the year, it did get a buff. And it's pretty decent now. So why did I buy it? Well, good news. Ranked 13 starts tonight in World of Warships. And it's going to be Tier 9. Now at the moment, I have quite a few Tier 9s unlocked, but always due to a credit shortage, I could never buy them. Two of those, the Buffalo and the Seattle, might be fairly good. Probably more the Buffalo in the American Heavy Cruiser. So I went onto Reddit this afternoon and I just said, guys, I've got these four unlocked, and I made a mistake. I've actually got the British Neptune unlocked as well, but I think the Neptune is going to be a non-feature. So I had the Izumo, the Friedrich the Grosse, or Freddy the Great, or Freddy the Gross, however you want to pronounce it, the German Tier 9 battleship, the DM Donski, which is the Russian Tier 9 cruiser, and the IJN, what is it? Anyway, Ibuki, no, it's not the Ibuki. Anyway, the Tier 9 cruiser from the Japanese line unlocked as well. And I was asking basically for advice, which one to buy. Consensus was that from what I have, the Buffalo is going to be really good within Tier 9 in the next within the next ranked matches, and then of course the dark horse there will be the Izumo with its recent buffs. Sorry, there's an alarm going off in the background, and it's my daughter's freaking alarm that she never puts off. Anyway, right, so decent match, and the Russian Tier 10 battleship. I actually haven't seen many of these around. I haven't looked too much at the Tier 10, but what I can tell you is there's a Citadel on my first penetration, in my first shot, in my first game with the Izumo. I'm liking this ship so far. So, and the idea is to play it like a Nelson. So I bought all the upgrades, but I never went through my equipment. And you'll notice at the bottom, guess what? I have a free Tier 1 repair kit. That's going to bite me in the ass. Put camo on. I put my 16-point captain on. He's still got 3 points to go to 19 from the Tier 8. And ground him through the Fuso and everything. And there's the Tirpitz. Let's see what we can do to get the Tirpitz. German battleship. Now they don't get the Citadel so easy due to their German turtleback armor. But one little hit on him. Okay. Starting to reverse, I'm noticing a destroyer spotted in the 5 line on a B cap, and I don't want to eat too many torpedoes. Friendly cruiser coming in. Let's see if we can punch a hole into him. Maybe 2-3 holes. Memory serves me right. 2 overpens. Just didn't get it. So keep reversing, because obviously with all 3 turrets being at the front of this ship, you don't need to swing the bow out, but you have to swing it out a little bit, the stern out, just so that you can get the other gun in play. Right, I think that was a Tier 10 Iowa. Let's send some shells his way. While reversing, I get 1 overpin. Wow. Okay. And that's the thing, basically bow tanking it like I would in a Nelson. It obviously doesn't have the British BB's incredible heal. I must say I actually do enjoy the Nelson. It was a grind to get all the free XP. Nice, fire a salvo again, see if this connects. So, next Citadel, as I look at First Blood and a devastating strike on one of our boosters. Tier 10 Kremlin takes out enemy tier 9 Alaska, and there was that cruiser that came up on the left hand side. Send some more shells out at the BB. Maybe they'll connect, maybe they'll get... Oh, thank you very much. Another citadel. 2 citadels. No, 3 citadels and 10 shells hit and 50,000 damage in total. Yeah, I'll take that to the bank. I'm happy with this thing's performance so far. You'll notice I keep reversing. I don't try and turn. I just keep the 3 guns pointed. And I notice that our left side is now fairly clear. Our Missouri kills off that Iowa. Apologies, it wasn't a tier 10, it was a tier 9 American battleship, the Iowa. Now I've got to move forward, swing the bow a little bit to get all... Yeah, that, Jesus, that Jean Bart just took out a Baltimore as well. Oh, okay, that's not going to be fine. Let's have a look. Alright, he's going slow. I think it's still that Tirpitz from earlier. We are 3 for 3. They've lost 2 battleships and a cruiser. We've lost 2 cruisers and a destroyer. And I slow down and I miss most of the damage on my bow. Let's see.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Oh, fish in the water, fish in the water. I'm going to take one. That floods and I use my tier 1 repair kit. And that is why I wasn't moving forward, because there's a smoky little baby ship in there. In case I haven't made it very clear, I hate smoky baby ships in World of Warships as much as I hate gold ammo in World of Tanks. So this is a bit of an ambitious shot. 2 shells out, they're going to hit the mountain. Nothing on that enemy battleship. And I reversed to start swinging again. Now remember, this is the very first battle that you're seeing here that I fought with this ship. But like I said, if you've played any of some of the French ones that have the guns at the forward, or the older Nelson at tier 7, you'll understand. This rear turret, it does nothing. It's a secondary. It will start aiming on its own unless you spec into the secondary fire. And I don't plan on doing that with this captain anytime soon. Spent a bit of gold because I had to redo my entire captain, and I didn't want to take the whole skill, go through the whole skill tree. 2 battleships down, 2 cruisers and a destroyer. We are now losing this match, and this is not fun. Launch my spotter. Let me see, where can I put these shells? Ow, leave me alone. Sure. Luckily, reversing, always a good strategy. Ooh, 5 penetrations, 2 hits to the citadel. That had to hurt. Ow. Wow, that's good. I'm loving the guns on this thing. If this thing's guns are anywhere as good as, or the Yamato's guns, let me rather say, that is anything as good as this thing's guns, I'm going to be enjoying the Yamato when I eventually get there. Right now, okay. I think that was at Stalingrad. Send out 3 salvos and let's see what happens. 1 penetration, 4,000 hit. And unfortunately our Missouri is now doing a very, very heavy push. Bit of a mistake if you ask me. He's in what Euro called the Trump wagon. They're strong, but they're not that strong. And he's got multiple ships focusing him, including that Neptune there that just went dark. And I'm trying to take a pot shot at that BB. Kremlin takes care of that Minotaur. Ooh, more smoky fish. Ouch! I take one on the nose. But luckily not too much damage. Repair kit, since there was flooding. We spotted the BB ship that's doing it, but I've got AP loaded. I'll just over penetrate and basically annoy him. I don't think I can even do a citadel hit on a destroyer if somebody knows. Ooh, 15,000, 2 penetrations there. That's my 6th citadel in this ship in this match. So we've since evened the score, but the capture areas are not the same. I spot another cruiser in front, sets me on fire. Couldn't be bothered. I got minute 21 still to count down. Oh, and the Tirpitz burns down our Missouri, and we are down again. Score 4,000 hit there. I've got to start paying attention to these ships now on my left, while our destroyer and one of the cruisers moves into B. Being one of the only 2 battleships left, this will obviously now get me focused. I got 2 fires going. One fire's burnt out, another fire's going. Citadel, 2 penetrations. Thanks for coming, Mr. Cleveland. Now back to the port with you. It wasn't very high on XP, let's be very honest. It wasn't such an impressive Citadel kill. That's maybe 10,000 HP. There's a Zao. Well, that's a dangerous ship. Not a big fan of those. Ow, ow, ow. Now that hurt me. And that is the Stalingrad on the enemy team. So I sent some love back to him. And now I've got to be careful. I'm down to 1/3 of my health. And you'll notice, oh, 2 citadels. Confederate. I've got to do some torpedo beats here. Maybe I should actually just get some music from Euro's channel. Confederate. 156,000 damage. I'm unfortunately burning, and I've got to deal with this Zao now. The problem with the enemy team is they're now so focused on this Izumo in the open and forgetting that it's now been buffed that they're completely tunnel visioning. And this Zao is the luckiest Zao I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't get my heal back up. It's another 30 seconds, and I suspect I'm not going to live long enough. I got 4 of the 5 enemy ships on me. The Cleveland eventually burns me down. And 156,000 damage with Confederate. So, now I'm kind of curious to see how did I do in this match. I'm not going to go back to the port. I'm going to follow our Kremlin. It's here 10 Russian BB. And this is an incredibly looking machine. The model on this thing is beautiful. I haven't really, since my return, I haven't really looked at the Russian heavy tier, heavy tree. Like I said, I'm in the Donsky now. So one of the ships I also bought along with the Izumo was the DM Donsky. And I will upload some Donsky footage a little bit later. Been playing that quite extensively, trying to get some module upgrades. And what's really nice about the Donsky, it's got a 12-kilometer radar. Quick firing guns and spamming HE, but ooh, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. That Chongmu just had that Kremlin eat a whole lot of torps. And we're now doing alright. Chongmu is going to get a compliment from me. He plays well. Mostly because he said thank you there to my compliment of his. And I will see our Kremlin here. Not Kremlin, sorry, our Stalin. Yeah, our Kremlin here. He's trying to put bullets into, or shells, not bullets, shells, very big bullets, into the enemy DD, but he's basically going to bounce through. Maybe if you get a penetration, he'll be lucky. But there's a whole bunch of other ships trying to push holes in it. And I'm rotating around this model because it is just gorgeous. It is beautiful. Game runs very, very well on my system. As you can see, 75 FPS. GPU's warming up. Summer is coming back here in South Africa. And the Changmu is now putting holes into that Shimakaze. Some baby ship on baby ship action. I really dislike baby ships. I tried to play some of them and I'm just terrible at it. I need a ship where I can sort of chew on a potato chip or crisps or something in between shots. So I like battleships and some cruisers. And I think that's another Cleveland. It'll be either a Cleveland or a Seattle. sitting behind a island, throwing HE. Some of the advice on Reddit was Seattle needs an island to be effective, and in ranked it's not going to be that good. The Kremlin here also gets a Confederate. 20% damage done to 6+ ships in this match. There we go. Reward once every 24 hours. So, he's a good player. I think he ended up top tier in damage. And they've got 2 cruisers and 1 battleship left. It's a Tirpitz. Now that the Izumo there is quite careful not to get within striking distance of the Tirpitz secondaries. He's hiding behind the island while working one of these other cruisers there. And a Kremlin that I'm following takes care of the Tirpitz. The Izuka takes care of the other Cleveland that was hiding, so it wasn't a Seattle. My mistake, it was a Cleveland. And GG's all around. We've got 2 of the capture points, 1 cruiser remaining, 4 minutes in the match. Let's see. Can Akatsuki 1986 here possibly get the last kill? Or is it going to be one of the cruisers? Or I think, no. There we go. So the Zao kills our Izumo, and that was the Zao that I was focusing on. And of course, the Kremlin pops in. So I've got some heavy camo and stuff on this. 326,000 damage received. Team score, okay, I was 3rd, not 4th. There was a platoon or a company or whatever you want to call it. They were probably on Discord communicating and it's doing so well. 102,000 damage received, way more than damage caused. 156,000. Let's see, what's the profit margins on these tier 9s? Credits and XP. First match, total 180,000. Profit, that service cost 145,000. Ouch. This was the second battle that I had, and I thought I'd give you 2 battles in a bit of a longer video than usual. This was the second battle that I had in the Izumo today that was pretty good. I had one which wasn't very good. I got focused by everybody on the enemy team, and my team couldn't capitalize on it. Enemy team completely, what can I say, tunnel visioned. I had about 6 of the enemy players all focusing me, and I was just reversing and trying to tank as much as possible. And of course the potatoes couldn't do anything. So, the moment you're back in port, load up again, and this is the second mission that I played. Or, not mission, apologies. The second match of note that I played here. So, I see a aircraft coming in. There are 2 CVs on our team. And I've taken the fighter module this time, and you'll see I also paid attention, and I've now got the premium repair module. So, launch my fighters. The spotting aircraft, I don't know, I don't think this thing's guns have a decent enough arc to make use of it. I could be wrong. Like I said, this is 3 or 4 games I've had with it today. Still learning it. Seeing, I don't like sea in this map. And I'm looking at, there's a hell of a lot of little destroyers, 4 on each team, tier 10s. I'll have to launch the fighters and hope to spot the torpedoes in time. It's going to be an incredibly difficult match if you're a BB and you want to get close and brawl. But let's have a look. Let's see how it goes. So there's some activity in sea. We've got a DD cruiser and another battleship heading towards sea. So I was trying to remember what they were, but I can't remember there. And the battleship is already launching shells at our battleship, and there's a bit of a to and fro. Enemy DD appears, and obviously I think it is either a Worcester or a Seattle. Ooh, our Z-52 pops a gearing. That's always a good start. 1 less enemy little ship, and I get within target. Send the front 2 guns. 6 shells going somewhere is better than no shells going somewhere. I spot the enemy CV, I think he's a midway. Well, single penetration and 2 bounces, 4,000 damage. Not brilliant. And I have to warn you, if you want to see my total damage, etc., that's not what this game was about. I didn't get nearly the damage than in the previous footage. But I think this game was a little bit more difficult. There was more tier 10 players here. The map was much more difficult to play in position. Remember, I'm trying to keep this thing's bow forward enough to tank the damage, but decent enough, I wouldn't say twisted, but turned that I can get all 3 turrets in play and have a full volley of 9 shots. And I think that was an enemy Missouri there, so try and send some shells his way. Full broadside, 9 shells off. Dispersion is freaking terrible in that shot. Enemy Montana took care of our Venom. It's a bit of a problem. Enemy Z52 pops our Harugumo. Ugh, we are 2-1 down. And there's a Hindenburg in front of me now. Cruiser, tier 10 German if I'm not mistaken, trying to be relevant. German Turtleback, I'm not sure how... I haven't played the German CL line in a long time. But somebody really put the hurt on him. That wasn't me. Here it's a fire. I'm not going to bother extinguishing the fire. I've got bigger problems coming in from the left. So I put the reverse gear. See the fire's burning out quickly. See if I can send some shells his way maybe. I'll go into them. But I think I mistimed them because I didn't get any hits. Start reversing. Trying to keep this bow facing towards the enemy. And... looking at what's done. So one BB is being incredibly aggressive there. Decide not to take the shot. Like I said, this thing's arcs aren't that great. Our Vista spots the enemy DD. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Enemy DD fires torps. The Vista's now going to have to torpedo beats. I'm trying to keep the guns forward while watching that fight. Failed dismally. That BB is going to get hurt really, really, really bad by that Booster. Booster, really, really good. And there he gets him. Booster pops out the Tashkent. So we're even 2 for 2 DDs. There's some shells flying over there. And I decide, let me move forward. C looks clear enough now. I know there was a BB, possibly 1 DD left, but with our cruiser DD and BB going in, and them just having a DD and possibly 1 battleship there, we could. Our Jean Bart takes out the Lexington. Now that was a surprise I didn't expect. That Lexington made a big mistake. I think this is the Hindenburg. I'm not going to get a shot in on him in time. Turrets have to turn. Enemy is trying to punish the last of that, and the last enemy Z52 gets it as well. So he's reversing and hit a couple of shells into the mountain. Only 3 go, and obviously RNG doesn't like me very much and says to me, screw you buddy, you're not getting any shots. So now my biggest problem is I can move through C, which is going to take a time. B seems fairly open and captured by us, and nobody wants to head into B. And there is still 5 enemy battleships left, but they're all on the A line, except there's a second one popped up. So now I know there's 2 BBs on the left. I can see the 2 on the right there. There's possibly 1 there under A. And then, what do we have here? Come to Papa. Oh, it's a Des Memes. It was a Des Memes. The Des Moines, it's a really, really, really good ship. No torpedoes. I can go and challenge him for everything I care. And I did this specifically now to see what the secondaries on the ship can do. There is a battleship on my left, and we'll have a look at that in a second. I think that is Russian tier 8. I didn't pick up, or it's Japanese tier 8, sorry, the pagoda. Can't remember the name now. So, 12,000 damage on him, 3 penetrating hits. This Des Memes is trying to put as many fires on me as possible, but I'm looking at, we are 5 for 2, 586 points versus 124, and I'm bow tanking, and I'm already found a fire, so there's not that much fire that is going to be sitting on me. $6,000 damage, only 2, 1 over pin. Well, my secondaries are now starting to play, and this meme's probably going to try and ram me. He decides not to because he's taking fire from somewhere else. I set him on fire, and I really actually couldn't care less for what he's doing. Lost quite a bit of HP here, but there we go. Secondary batteries destroyed him. Close quarters expert, and I made the mistake there of, that was also an Izumo. I misidentified it. My apologies. And I'm a little bit cheeky to my team there. Get the fuck out of my B. So I'm burning. Fire's gone out. I've got 2 more body heals or repairs left. Only 43,000 damage. Not too happy with that, but sometimes it's not about damage, it's about strategic play. And I think what I did there is, strategically I managed to occupy both Des Moines and a enemy Izumo that wanted to go and capture B. With them focusing, and I had 2 to 3 ships focused on me at that stage with a nice pool, I was able to take the heat off my enemy. They were hitting the Izumo, they were hitting the Des Moines, and sometimes you actually just have to realize this is a team game. You know, now RNG hates me. I'm not landing any shots. Izumo and the booster collide. It's a 1-for-1 trade. We're still at 800 points versus 49. Try and fire shells, but he's going to turn. And yeah, bit unlucky there. Z52 burns the Montana down, and we win this match. Not a lot of damage. Really not a lot of damage done as I wait for the end screen to load. But it was a strategic play. Still 327,000 credits, 44, close quarters, lots of defend points, 18 secondary hits. See, 5th from the bottom, not a good match at all, but it was strategic. And I needed to see what this thing secondaries can do. 233,000 profit. That's off with camo, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the World of Warships today. Tomorrow I'll be back with some footage from the DM Donsky and hopefully some footage from the first ranked. So excuse it tonight if there's not a lot of Apex plays coming up in the next week or 2. I will be grinding a World of Warships ranked. Until we speak again, take care and bye-bye.